one this time, and House Speaker Mike Johnson tells Fox News Sunday it'll end soon.
We'll get all this done by Tuesday, I'm convinced. We do have to do it by way of a rule process, which will be probably on our own.
Because Democrats are unwilling to help approve the Senate compromise that funds the government through September, except for Homeland Security. It would only get 2 weeks as Democrats demand immigration enforcement reform. And that anti-ICE sentiment was prominent at the Grammys on CBS last night.
No one is illegal on stolen land.
That was Billie Eilish after winning Song of the Year. Bad Bunny also got cheered, accepting Album of the Year's Grammy, declaring ICE out, we're not savages. President Trump called the Grammys the worst and virtually unwatchable in a Truth Social post that also threatened to sue the host, Trevor Noah, for a comment that the president visited Epstein Island. Referencing late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, the president called that wrong and defamatory. President Trump, who's also chairman of the board of the now Trump Kennedy Center, says it's going to close in July for a 2-year renovation.
There was a renovation and expansion completed in 2019, rooms President Trump has said nobody's going to use. There have been lower ticket sales and artist boycotts since the president took over the center's board a year ago and a vote in December to rename the Kennedy Center the Donald J. Trump and John F. Kennedy Memorial Center for the Performing Arts.
That's Fox's Chris Foster. There's still about 100,000 power outages in the South from the massive storm more than a week ago. While in North Carolina, they dig out from a weekend storm that dumped more than a foot of snow in some areas. So how much more of this are we going to get? They just asked a famous groundhog.
There is a shadow here on my ground. 6 more weeks of winter abound.
Punxsutawney Phil just predicted that at Gobbler's Knob in Pennsylvania, where it's 1 degree now. And on this Groundhog Day, there are also other less famous ones across the country that'll also forecast how much winter is left. America's listening to Fox News.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA, a condition that leads to retinal cell death and permanent vision loss. But with Izervay, you can
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay slows GA progression by targeting a key source of retinal cell death, which may help preserve your vision longer. Izervay, or Avastin Capted Pagel, is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
The Republican House majority gets a little slimmer today, 218 to 214. Democrat Christian Menefee is expected to be sworn in after winning a special election in Texas Saturday to replace the late Sylvester Turner, who died last year. They're mourning a police officer in Georgia the day after a deadly shooting.
A Gwinnett County, Georgia police officer is dead and others injured after they were shot by a suspect in a suburban Atlanta hotel room Sunday morning. Police Chief J.D. McClure says the officers were called to the room after someone told the hotel the credit card was being used fraudulently. Suspect inviting the officers into the room, where at some point he produced a handgun and fired at them. The alleged shooter also shot by one of the officers. He's expected to survive. The injured officer said to be in serious but stable condition. Sue Guzman, Fox News.
Social media is on trial in 2 separate cases. Jury selection continues in California today in a lawsuit accusing YouTube owner Google and Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, of using technology to make their social media addictive, causing mental health issues for users. Snapchat and TikTok were also sued in the case but settled. They'll start to pick a jury today in the other trial.
New Mexico's Attorney General sued Meta, claiming they failed to adequately protect minors from being exploited on platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. The state argues Meta's own internal documents reveal company officials have known about the grooming, solicitation, and efforts to traffic children through their platforms. Meta attorneys have pointed to First Amendment, but also liability protections they have, arguing they can't be held responsible for third-party content, though they also argue they've implemented a number of child safety protocols, including restrictions on direct messages to users under 16. Ahead of jury selection, the judge in the case denied Meta's request to restrict recordings and streamings of the trial. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
On Wall Street, selling's brewing. Stock futures down before this week's trading. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Fire crews from multiple departments responded to an apartment fire on North Melvin Street in Gibson City Saturday. They arrived to find moderate smoke inside a unit where a small blaze had already been knocked down by the sprinkler system. One occupant was assisted out for medical evaluation. Authorities continue to monitor community safety following last year's high-profile shooting of 2 officers in Gibson City, while Illinois State Police say there are no current indications the suspects in McLean County. The sheriff there urging residents to lock homes, vehicles, and outbuildings out of an abundance of caution. Businesses across Champaign County adjusted their hours as protests against U.S. immigration and customs enforcement nationwide continued. Several local shops opened late or closed during lunch to allow employees to participate in walkouts and demonstrations. Local organizers say turnout in Champaign-Urbana has grown steadily as residents call for federal accountability. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Yeah, I don't know, except to say just wow, that's just unbelievable. Fighting Illini have not lost for 61 days. And this is just crazy.
That's awesome.
This is the ball movement yesterday, Greg Solier, when Illinois beat Nebraska and Lincoln, Nebraska. It reminded me of Dee and Darren.
Yep.
The way they moved the ball around and got the open look and were patient and poised.
Really coming together as a team.
Man, we're really a good team. This is so fun. Illinois beats Nebraska in Lincoln.
And then the women up in Washington, 75-66 with a win over a ranked team.
Shauna Green is a very good team. Could very well make the NCAA women's as well.
Let's hope.
Well, the Illini will go up in the polls, whatever that means, because you look at this top 25 and anybody can beat anybody on a given day. But Illinois is tough to guard. We got a big guy. We had both Ivasiches in the lineup.
Yeah.
And when a guy who's 6'9" dribbles it up, as David Mirkovic did,
that's going to be a sight to see.
Well, we were for a moment there. We were 7'1", 7'2", 6'7", 6'9", and 6'8". So
the big boys.
It's kind of hard to do a layup.
Yep.
Let me just go in and make a layup. I'm sure nobody will block me. Man. Anyway, great win for Illinois and Nebraska. Payback, because that's the last loss we had.
That's right.
If you'll remember, we didn't play so well, and Brad was unhappy, and he got in the locker room, and this is December 13.
And that's on me. That's in practice. That's on me. That's on me. That's on me.
So what that means is Monday when they got to practice, it's on them.
It was tough.
Yeah.
It hurt.
Absolutely.
9 straight days. And Kylan Boswell described it, I can't even repeat it, what that 9-day period was like. See, they weren't communicating. They said, kids, are always on the phone. They don't talk. After that game, Illinois started talking to each other. And it worked out quite well, and our defense is way better than it was with the talking. Hey, got this guy, you got this guy. They're all talking like that. Anyway, well done. We got a bunch of material from the ball game. Keegan Wagler is what he is. Enjoy it. 5 more home games. He's a one-and-done guy. He had 40 members from his last year. Last year he's going to prom.
Yeah.
Keaton was going to prom. He's just 18.
I know.
Oh.
So he jumps into all this talk about draft and lottery pick, number 5, all this stuff. He says, no, listen, we got a lot of season left. We're just trying to get better. What a mature kid.
I know it.
Brad was asking about, well, what about the Big Ten player there? Listen, it's really, we got 9 more Big Ten games.
Yeah.
There's a lot of season left. Well, let's just focus on the next one. And that's kind of been the mentality. And this kid, blessed with obviously good parents.
Keaton Wagler will be 19 tomorrow.
Well.
Wow.
We should have a birthday party.
Yeah, we should. What time can he get here?
I know.
Yeah. Anyway, it's just Illinois is a very good basketball team, and that's pretty exciting. I think they kind of crossed a barrier of sorts yesterday of, we're really good. So, what it means is bounce goes our way here and there. We could win it all. You could lose in the first game. You can lose in the second game. It's just what the NCAA tournament is. But this team, obviously, unfairly or fairly, will be judged by how far we go. This is the Final Four team. There's no doubt. It's just got to get the right matchups. Ball's got to kind of bounce occasionally your way. That kind of stuff. We all know how it works. Let's check your weather. Brought to you
the mojo, if you will. The mojo.
Exactly.
It's a really, really good basketball team. Brad has done another great job of working the puzzle and putting it together. Here we go. Weather brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
Reminding you their job fair is coming up on Saturday the 7th. If you're looking for a side hustle, something really fun, be a camp counselor, a lifeguard, all kinds of summer opportunities to plan. Find out more at urbanaparks.org.
Okay, learned one. Meteorologist Greg Solier. I had a little bounce in my step. There was a soft wind this morning at minus 14 above zero with the wind. I mean, it was 20, 22, but 14 with the wind. I almost took my coat off. This is crazy.
Yeah. The Arctic air for now is really out of the picture. We'll get little, spells of it once in a while, but not the ferociousness, not the severity, not the bitter feel that we've had here over the past couple of weeks. That, my friend, is into eastern Ohio. Sub-zero cold there over the fresh snow cover. And it's another round of cleanup and recovery, power grid assessments and all of that. But this time through southern New England, down to the Carolinas, heavy snow on the Outer Banks. And boy, I had a number of fires down there in some of those homes along the Outer Banks because of just trying to keep things warmed and heated and then try to fight fires in a blizzard. A lot of social media pictures coming out of there. And this morning, all the way down past Ocala to almost the north end of Florida Citrus, they are down into the upper 20s. I think I saw 32 at the Space Coast, 29 currently over at Orlando. So there is the cold for you relative to the southeastern states. Back this way, had a little smidge of some freezing stuff on the overnight, still lingering suspended in the air. Otherwise, just a mostly cloudy day, light wind, and not bad for this Feb 2nd. I know what day it is, thank you. And a high around 30, down tonight to a low of 17. Partly sunny midday and afternoon tomorrow. Again, not bad. Couple colder at about 28. Should be 34 this time of the year. But again, better than we have been. Lows near 10 above for tomorrow night. Partly sunny, a little bit colder still for the day on Wednesday, 23. But bouncing back into the upper 20s and low 30s Thursday and Friday. A little light dusting of snow in the air. No big deal. Then highs in the 20s Saturday and Sunday. Back into the 30s around here. Low 30s at that for early next week. For CBD Broadcasting, I'm just Greg Soldier.
Put your little hand in mine. Then put your
It is Groundhog Day.
There ain't no hill or mountain.
Bill Murray. After living the same day over and over again, Puxatawny Phil has indeed seen a shadow.
Yes, he has. But, in the end, Noah is saying not very accurate the last 13 years. Once he got it right.
Wow.
Really, 35 to 39% is his accuracy. But quite a party in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they get together. It was one above zero when they pulled Puxatawny Phil out of his slumber.
PETA suggesting we use a hologram to be more kind to animals.
There you go. Well, I don't think Phil wants to get up at this hour.
And I feel like Phil pretty much has it pretty good. He seems well fed, and
how do we know it's the same guy?
Or if it's a guy, for that matter.
Well, right, that's right. We don't know
Might be
male
Phil
or female.
is.
We don't have no idea. And we're going to do just the sports, and then I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty of 10 different sound bites from the ball game last night after the Fox business coming up. Not enough time to get to it all. And then I have a concern. I do have a concern about this team and what is happening and what the dangers are. We'll share my concern in just a few minutes.
I mean, can't we just enjoy it, Stevie, without all the concern?
Well, it's a change in how they're playing us. And we'll talk about that in just a moment. So,
yes.
And that's the concern I have. It's nothing about our team. Our team is
good.
Outstanding. It's just what teams have decided to do, and we're feeding it right back at them. But we'll talk about it.
I was concerned about some of the fouls I was seeing, especially against Keaton. He really hit the floor on one of them, and it wasn't called as a flagrant on the Nebraska side. Illinois wins. Number 9, Illinois taking down number 5, Nebraska, 78-69. And we were talking about Keaton Wagler's 28 points. And also mentioning in the pretty much the same breath, because it was back-to-back on the TV, Illinois women taking down number 25, Washington, in a very tough game, 75-66. Next up for them will be Oregon. They'll stay on the West Coast. That's Wednesday at 8. We had all kinds of players in double figures. Sierra Parchment with 23, Barry Wallace with 22, Maddie Weber with 13, Destiny Jackson 11, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, 33 rebounds from our Illini. They were really battling it out. Let's move on to the Big Ten when it comes to scores. Yesterday, we had Purdue taking down Maryland, number 12 Purdue, 93-63. We had number 3, Michigan State, beating number 7, Michigan. Michigan over Michigan State, 83-71 this weekend.
That was brutally physical.
Right.
And Michigan State wasn't that competitive. It really wasn't. Michigan had control of that game. Now, that said, Michigan made all the run. They were 18 down, and they took the lead in the second half, but Michigan just too much and too tall for Michigan State. But they played hard, and it was actually Tom Izzo's 71st birthday.
Okay.
So he walked off into the tunnel, not very happy after that one.
I see. Iowa over Oregon. Penn State beat Minnesota 77-75. Both of those teams are 10-12 on the season. So we have some coaching shifts that we'll be facing. Did you hear about this for Illini football team?
Yep.
Aaron Henry, our defensive backs coach, seems to be moving on.
He's a defensive coordinator.
Defensive coordinator. Okay.
Moving to defensive backs
Gotcha.
and co-defensive coordinator. Listen, fairly or unfairly, there's no question people were not thrilled with Aaron Henry as our defensive coordinator.
Right.
It was also pretty certain Brett was not going to fire the kid he recruited when he was 16. But he's going Notre Dame. Notre Dame who win the national championship. Yeah. He's going to be the defensive backs coach, and he's going to be the co-defensive coordinator with 2 men that coached him at Wisconsin in 2010. Nice. It's all connected.
Yes, it is.
And however that worked, I think it's healthy. I think it put Brett in a horrible position of firing a guy you love, and I think a good coach. We gave up too many points, and again, it's always going to be the man in charge. Mm-hmm. And he was the defensive coordinator. So, yes, we get a new one. The name Jim Leonard has always been bantered around here because he was the interim coach at Wisconsin. He's defensive coordinator. Really, he's a good coach. He just signed a deal with the Buffalo Bills 3 days ago.
Oh, wow.
So we're not getting Jim Leonard.
Okay.
So I don't know if you elevate that. Coach Bielema will know what to do, but boy, I hope we can get a really, really, really experienced, good defensive coordinator that knows how to put the guys in the right spot.
And Robbie Disher for special teams for Ohio State now. Another coaching shift for Coach Brett Bielema to deal with. NBA had...
Ohio State, that's
I know.
Big program.
Right.
Okay.
Miami over the Bulls 134-91. Iowa with 10 in that game. Boston over Milwaukee's Bucks 107-97. Or 79, rather.
Okay, I'm going to play all the clips I have here this morning. That'll be coming up next. Then if you're stuck in a ride share or Uber or Lyft or whatever, if you're stuck in one and they lock the doors of the back seat and you can't get out, what do? We've got the clip of the woman videoing everything and why they wouldn't let her out. This is from London, so it's different. It is in Great Britain, but it's an interesting quandary. What would you do?
Right.
We'll talk about that as well coming up. It's ESPN 93.5. My name is Stevie J. There's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
Weather brought to you this morning by our good friends at Carl.
Yeah, everything from convenient care to advanced diagnostics. They're with you every step of the way. Visit carl.org.
And we'll check your Fox Business Minute. I don't know if you guys have been tracking gold and silver prices, but it's just unbelievable. A little on that coming up as well. Unreal what's been happening. Not sure why. 7:18. We'll be right back.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana Saturday. Well, the latest go-around of winter storminess over the eastern states, mid-Atlantic region on southward. Boy, it is cold this morning. A foot and a half over a wide area of the Carolinas down into parts of northern Georgia, and heavy snows all the way to the Outer Banks. Meanwhile, mid and upper 20s this morning, all the way down into the north end of Florida's citrus. Back this way, mostly cloudy. Not too bad for the day-to-day. Afternoon temperatures up around 30. Light southwesterly winds. Still a smidge, a little freezing drizzle in the air, and east towards the Indiana line here for the next couple of hours. Down tonight to a colder low of 17. Tomorrow partly sunny up to around 28 with a light northwest to north wind. Colder tomorrow night with some cloudiness. Lows near 10, partly sunny, and 23 the outlook on Wednesday. Maybe a little light snow flurry activity late Thursday. Maybe a snow shower on Friday. Otherwise a quiet spell of weather ahead into the week and the weekend as well. 29 on Thursday, 33 on Friday. High temperatures over the weekend in the 20s. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm Delicious Greg Solier.
This is the Our Idea is Ready to Launch vision. This is the Create Great Jobs vision. This is the We Need More Space vision. This is Busey, where your business visions become realizations. Through securing capital for growth and comprehensive strategies that ensure a prosperous future. Because thriving businesses mean thriving people and thriving communities. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
I'm Charles Payne, and this is the Fox Business Report.
The replacement for Disney's CEO could be named as soon as this week. But this morning, current CEO Bob Iger is celebrating earnings that topped estimates thanks to great results from theme parks and streaming. Disney shares are up about 0.75% in pre-market trading. Futures are pointing to a lower opening on Wall Street as investors are digesting the nomination of Kevin Warsh as President Trump's new Fed head. Precious metals could be stabilizing. Gold is up about 2%, $84, while silver is up nearly 7%, but still way off from record highs. Oil prices this morning are down $3 a barrel. And thanks to high consumer demand for beef and chicken, Tyson Foods reporting earnings that topped estimates. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Frank Lanza, invested in you.
Every hour of every day, Fox News Radio is there with the latest breaking news and information you rely on.
This is a Fox News Alert.
I'm Lisa Brady.
I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
With Fox News correspondents around the globe.
At the White House, Simon Owen in London.
On Capitol Hill, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
The news that matters most to you. The top headlines, all in one place. Listen and follow the Fox News Hourly Update at foxnewspodcasts.com or ask your smart speaker to play Fox News.
Nate Evans of the Nate Evans Group. Some of the things that sellers can do to increase the value of their home.
We get this on almost every listing appointment. Hey, Nate, what can we do to increase the value of our home? We want to sell in a couple weeks. Are there some simple things we can do around the house? Or there's some major things that we can do around the house to increase the value or get a return on our investment? And again, not every home is created the same and not every situation is the same. So if we walk in there, there's definitely some items that we can do. Paint, floors, and hardware are the easy items where you get your biggest return out of every time. That's easy to say. But there's a lot of times where we'll get questions from sellers where they're asking us, should I update my bathroom? Where should I stop on my floors? Should I redo my roof? Should I do mechanicals? And I think a lot of that plays into the overall scope of your goals. We like to get into the house when it's really not even ready for the market. We can get in there and usually save that seller a lot of money and a lot of wasted time and energy by just offering some simple advice on how we would treat it if it was our own.
You can reach out at Nate Evans Group and start packing.
What is most important to you in your life? This is Eric Boland with Provident Financial Group. Whether you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that help clients like you realize their goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Provident Financial Group is not a registered broker-dealer and is independent of Raymond James Financial Services. Investment advisory services offered through Raymond James Financial Service Advisors, Inc.
Well, great win for Fighting Illini in Lincoln, Nebraska. Again, beating the 25th ranked team for Shauna Green. We're proud of her, and I think what she's done here is crazy good. So I'm a Shauna Green fan, as I am a Brad Underwood fan. So the Fighting Illini won their 11th straight basketball game. We are now 19-3. We're tied for first with Michigan at 10-1. Right behind Michigan State and Lincoln, Nebraska. Nebraska, the Cornhuskers are 9-2. So we have 4 teams near the top. We knew there'd be separation because everybody's playing everybody. So we're happy to have been one of those on the top at this moment. Okay, so Brad Underwood after the basketball game last night from Lincoln, Nebraska.
2 really good basketball teams today, and we knew we were going to have to play extremely well to win. And here, a team that had not lost here at home. And, other than about a 2-minute stretch in the first half, I thought we did that. And I thought we've shown some growth on the defensive side since the first time we played them. I think our connectivity was excellent. We mixed in a little bit of zone in the first half to just try to help keep them off rhythm a little bit. They're so good with their movement. And then I thought we did a nice job of really trying to take away layups for the most part throughout the meat of the game. I thought that was, a big piece. I thought Tommy and Z were just huge in the first half. We were able to play over the top a little bit with Z. And those guys impacted us. Then Keaton did Keaton things. In the second half, they were very dialed in early and made his stuff hard. They're one of the best defensive teams, not only in the Big Ten but in the country. So but not to be the job Jake Davis and Ben did. They do all the little things, rebounding it, Jake's block, Ben's block. I mean, just a lot of little things. So just a good team win and beat a heck of a ball team today.
It really did. Cornhuskers are very good. Fred Hoiberg is a very, very good coach. But what about the size of all those tall people in at once? We had the Ivasiches in at the same time, and 6'9" David Mirkovic bringing it up the court.
It gives us some opportunities to really space it, but it also gives us the opportunity to play above people and over the top. And we were really big. I think one time we had David out there and playing the point with maybe Ben at the 2, Merck and those two. So you throw a bunch of 6'9" to 7'2" guys out there, it gives us a chance to do that. But Merck gives us that luxury because of his ball handling and his passing. But Merck threw a heck of a pass to him over the top of Burke for the one lob. But and then defensively we get protecting the rim pretty good with both those guys in there.
Kidding. You go down the lane, good luck. Many times, Nebraska backed it out, and we're not going to get over these guys, so they just dribbled away.
Yeah,
because they knew what was going to happen. So it really is quite a formidable rim protecting kind of a team. Okay, so next cut. What about the league, Coach? What about the Big Ten?
This is a fantastic league, and Fred's one of the best ball coaches in the country, and he's got a veteran team, he's got an experienced team, he's got a strong team, and they're skilled as crap. And if any, not knocking anybody else out there, but I mean Price has had a phenomenal year and is a national player of the year and Big Ten player of the year type candidate. So they're very good.
Price Sanford, the shooter. I mean, right before halftime, we were up like 4 or 6, and then they made like 4 threes in a row. It's boom, 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 boom. We go, whoa, that hurt. And we're down 6 at half, I think. All right, Keaton Wagler is the freshman who had his Shawnee High School basketball team and all the coaches come, 40 of them. The whole program, I think, came.
Nice.
And they're nice picture after, and here's a kid that hanging around with him.
Okay.
Keaton turns 19 tomorrow.
That's right.
Said.
That's right.
What about this game? I mean, what does it mean winning on the road, particularly at a really good team, Keaton?
Yeah, it just gives us a lot of confidence, being able to come on the road and just know that we can win these games. Just staying poised, staying together, just keep on getting better each day.
Okay, so what about that first half? He held to 5 points, come out and score 23 in the second?
I don't say, I had a bad first half, but we were only down 6 at that time, and we knew that we weren't playing our best. And I knew I had to step it up, but I wasn't worried. I've had, low scoring first halves before, and I came out and scored high a lot in the second half. So I just kept doing what I always do, just let the game come to me.
That's what he does. And what's the difference between 61 days ago when they lost to Nebraska, their last loss? What's the difference?
It was definitely our communication and, finding players in transition. They had a lot of transition points on us in the first game. And that was like our big emphasis, finding shooters in transition and just knowing our personnel and knowing who's going to want to shoot the ball a lot, who's going to want to drive, stuff like that.
This reminds me of 04-05, if anybody remembers that team that went to the championship game in the NCAA. The D. Brown, Darren Williams, James Augustine, Roger Powell, Luther Head. They just whoop, wide open. They passed the ball so well. Really connected. Really, really looks good. Okay. Best play of the game was when Tomislav Isavic played volleyball. Did you see that play?
I did not see
This
the play.
is the play of the game that Fred Hoiberg said changed the whole game. Second half, we're up 1. Shot clock running down. Tomislav taps the ball with 2 seconds to Jake Davis in the corner without knowing Jake Davis is in the corner. He was supposed to be there, but he whapped it over his head. Jake, swish.
Nice.
Unbelievable.
I know it says we just turned the calendar to February today, but this has March written all over it.
It really does. These are two really, really good teams.
Ball movement to Ivicic. Back it goes Mirkovic, 5 to shoot. Mirkovic looking baseline. Batted out to Davis. Oh, what an assist!
Unbelievable.
Tomislav Ivicic.
He just tapped it. He said, I knew he was supposed to be there, but I couldn't tell. And he got it with 1 second and put it right through.
Wow.
It was just stunning. Okay, I got 2 more Brad clips. Stand by. I'll complete that. Then the woman trapped in the Uber or rideshare. Stand by. It's all coming up.
News. I'm CJ Papa. Starting this week with a partial government shutdown in place.
House Democrats say they will not help House Republicans use an expedited process to have a vote today on passing this package of government spending bills that were passed by the Senate last week.
Fox's Bill Mallusion. The latest Fox News poll shows Americans still backing the White House on border security.
52% of registered voters approve of the president's performance on border security. 56% of those polled did say that they felt ICE was too aggressive. With Tom Homan now in Minnesota, he has fine-tuned tactics to be less sweeping, more criminal record focused.
Fox's Alexandria Hoff. It's Groundhog Day.
There is a shadow here on my ground. 6 more weeks of winter abound.
Yeah, single digits in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. A year into President Trump's second term, hundreds marched through Westside Park in Champaign in coordinated protest organized by the Champaign-Urbana resistance effort. Demonstrators braving freezing temps, carrying anti-ICE and anti-administration signs while circling the park. Organizers say the event marks a new renewed push for local activism as national political tensions continue to rise. Champaign-Urbana Mass Transit District moving forward with plans to expand its main terminal after securing $850,000 in new funding. They say the project will improve passenger flow, modernize facilities, and support long-term ridership growth. Major housing development in Mahomet moving forward after Eastern Mortgage Capital secured a $24 million HUD loan for the 194-unit Solace at Mahomet project. The financing supports long-term stability for the multifamily complex and reflects continued investment interest. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Weather brought to you by Busey for over 158 years, member FDIC, and by Watts Copy Systems. They offer cost-efficient solutions for your busy office. If you would like a free evaluation, simply call 217-352-0428.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Welcome to this new month of February, and this first full week looks to be a fairly quiet and eventful one. Cleanup and recovery from the powerhouse winter storm and blizzard from southern New England down to the Carolinas, the Outer Banks on southward, and boy, the cold air is entrenched all the way down into parts of south central Florida this morning, with readings right around the freezing mark. Back this way, up around 30 this afternoon. Not bad for our time of the year. Mostly cloudy skies, still a little smidge of some freezing mist and drizzle. Even a few snow grains around for the next hour or so. Light southwest wind down to 17 for tonight. Partly sunny for the day tomorrow, midday and afternoon in particular. Highs around 28 with a light northwest to north wind. Down to a bit of a colder low tomorrow night at 10 above, and a partly sunny, somewhat cooler Wednesday at 23. A little light snow and flurry activity in here for late Thursday into Friday. No big deal at 29 for the high on Thursday. A Friday high of 33. And over the weekend, a bit colder with daytime readings at 23 on Saturday, 27 on Sunday, back into the lower 30s early next week. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm Lorchus Greg Soldier.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
Well, I think they have the largest selection of boots maybe ever for a locally owned company.
It smells so good walking into Pards.
I was there on Friday with Mark and Angie, and yeah, they got boots, they got service, fantastic place. All right, gold prices have dropped $800. Just when I was talking, I hadn't looked this morning. Down $152 in the most recent trading day, $4,788 for an ounce of gold. $81 for silver, which is through the roof. However, it was $120 last Thursday. So it's dropped a bunch as well. Just FYI, if you've been tracking gold and silver prices. So if you have any of that in your sock drawer, if you want to take some profit, I guess you could do that. Okay, I got another Brad. One more after the ball game. This is on national TV. This is Fox. And Brad Underwood after the game.
What a win, in particular the second half. What were you seeing defensively from your group? You talked about wanting to take away, you got to take away the 3 or the 2, pick your poison. You guys did a pretty good job making it tough in the paint. What did you like on that end of the floor?
Yeah, that's been a big part of our success is trying not to give up layups. They're so dynamic in terms of their cutting. They do a great job slipping screens. I thought we did a nice job, other than about a minute and a half stretch at the end of the first half, of making things hard. I thought we were connected. I think we made things a little more difficult for Price than he had in the first game against us. But, yeah, it was just a connected group today.
Keaton Wagler, again, has a great game. Got off to a little bit of a slow start, 2 for 9 from the floor, but, boy, in the second half, he settled in.
Yeah, his percentage would be really good if we'd quit throwing him the ball at the end of the shot clock and he has to jack him from half court. Yeah. But they did a great job. They're very good defensively, but I thought the second half we settled in. I thought we got some nice movement. We found some matchups we liked, and he just made plays.
Here's my advice. Enjoy. We don't have these years come along very often.
Okay.
Not like this, where we really have such depth, such capability. I don't know how I would guard Illinois.
Those kind of comments are coming in from Matt at 359-2255. Very long and tall team. Great passing team. Depth, just like you said. It's a great comment in comparison to the Final Four team, that last one that we had. Again, it's about matchup and draw. We could possibly get a number 1 seed in the Midwest, Chicago or St. Louis or Indianapolis.
Yeah.
However, Stevie, please explain why national sports affiliates, CBS, ESPN, refused to give the love and acknowledgement to Illinois and Wagler. Like, it's very limited. Wagler's not even mentioned in the top 5.
Over the weekend he was.
He was?
He was like number 2.
Okay.
The Nationals, who was it? All the big shots were going on the top freshmen, and I think Keaton was 2.
Right.
So I think he has since Purdue. It completely changed. The dynamic has completely changed. Illinois is going to be, what, 6th, 7th this afternoon when the AP comes out. We'll go up. Nebraska has to be behind us now, and they were 4 or 5, whatever that was. And listen, they're just all a nickel's difference between 1 through 15. They're just all really good teams on a given day. We've been more consistent because we figured out more on defense. But the offense is the best offense the Ken Palm has ever seen. Tyler Underwood is the offensive coordinator. This is the best offense in the history of the NCAA, according to Ken Palm. We're just... It's that 05 look, pass it around, pass. A big difference here between 05 and now. It was a fantastic team, should have won the national championship, all of those things. We got more options with this team when we've got so much size. We're beating everybody on rebounding because we're all so tall and athletic and good. That's different. I mean, most of our great teams fly in a line. We had a 6'8" center. I mean, we didn't have 7'1", 7'2", 6'9" bringing it up. It's different. This is the best Brad Underwood team, and we had Iowa and Kofi. But this team can do more than Iowa and Kofi. Much more flexible. You start taking Keaton Wagler down the lane, and guess what? You got to double him. Oh, guess what? That leaves Jake Davis open.
Yep.
Too many shooters.
Good points.
Too many shooters. Okay, the concern I have is that the coaches, as of 2 games ago, decided, okay, what do we do with Keaton Wagler? Beat him up? Yeah, beat him up. Oh, nothing dirty. They're shoving him around, and depending on what they're going to allow, they allowed a lot. Fred Hoiberg, as much as I liked him, was complaining how his guys are being held, and you got to enforce the rule. Well, guess who's holding us?
Yeah.
They were hugging us. So it wasn't, they weren't calling anything. So, called 27 fouls, I guess, on Nebraska. Well, they were shoving us around. Keaton hit the deck 10 times.
I know.
Drew a lot of fouls.
He's probably hurting today.
Well, he has to be. He has to be really sore. He was 160 pounds in July, and now he's 180. So the flex option, Fletch has just built a lot of our guys up.
Yep.
So he's still thin. And so what I'm worried about is moving forward, other teams seeing, well, we'll just shove them around a little bit, see what it does. Might foul them a lot. If that's called that night, you're going to foul out guys. But the one that bothers me is Michigan State. They're kind of physical anyway. See Io DeSumo? when the guy broke his nose and I was out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that to happen to Keaton or anybody else.
Right.
They're very physical. They're going to be very jacked, and they're going to want to beat us really bad. And they're not very tall. And frankly, I got them maybe fourth in the Big Ten. Without Jeremiah Fears, they don't have an offense. They're really, they might beat us, but I'm just saying they're not anywhere near with, I don't think, Michigan. I think I believe Nebraska is better, and they beat them at Nebraska. You still got a fantastic Hall of Fame coach in Tom Izzo, but I'm worried about the physicality and nobody of our guys getting hurt. And you can't go, don't get hurt, just go play hard. But I want the officials to be very well aware that, last time we were up there with a number one seeded kind of team, our best guy broke his nose on a really questionable play down the lane.
Mm-hmm.
So we shall see. We shall see. But in any event, fantastic. What a year. It's really fun, and we got it going on 11 in a row. Northwestern on Wednesday, can't go to sleep on anybody. It's an 8 o'clock tip. They got the number one scorer in America. Martinelli will come back. They'll play here this time. We beat them up there. But, fall asleep on them, you'll be hurting. So the team, though, when Ben Hummerkow said, we play to a standard, I love that. So they're planning to play hard like they always do and always should. But we're in the makings here of potentially a very, very special year.
Of course, we've got some tickets. If you want to text in, Illini 217-359-2255. Thanks to Parlor Donuts and the Old Farm Shops. Boy, that's a great stop. And 2 locations for Jets Pizza. Speaking of tickets, got my football season tickets. Been purchased for me and my son. Great time to be an Illini fan, says Matt. And recruiting in the football news again with Caden Constantine from Byron.
Yeah.
His dad played for Iowa and then won Super Bowl with the Ravens. This is a huge win for our program. Pat Ryan was the lead recruiter for this. So thanks for that tidbit, Matt.
Pat Ryan, one of our guys?
I guess.
Okay, I don't know Pat Ryan. In any event, this kid is a really good, that's the team that beat Unity. And he was, the everything guy for years at Byron. Well, I don't know where they're going to play him. I'm not sure what position he'll play in college, but he certainly is a dominant high school player in class whatever that is, 3A, 2A? 2A, I guess. But very good player and could turn into a really, really good football player for us. So that is good. I was happy to hear that.
When you were talking about the physicality, Scott had texted in, as the Purdue guy, it's been a rough month. I may go and hide like the groundhog for 6 more weeks. Kudos to our Illini making a good ball club.
Yep.
And love to Coach Underwood.
Don't sleep on Purdue.
Right.
They're just solid across the board. Braden Spencer, ridiculous.
Boilermakers.
Okay, 217-359-2255 is the Fisher National Bank text line. Incredible. You're welcome to text in about the Illini or anything else, but I was going to bring this up because this captivated me. A woman's in a, whatever it is, maybe it's a taxi. I don't have any idea, but the driver, an Indian woman, won't let her out of the car because she wants her tip.
Oh.
Could you just open the door, please?
No, tips, please.
No, I don't want to tip you. Could you just open
why?
the door?
No, this is a rule here in this country. You have to give me the tips.
No, it's not. I've never given any other Uber driver a tip. Look, I need to get out.
I don't care. I need tips because I give you that service. I drive from a long distance.
Well, it's not really been the best service. This car is a mess. And you're asking for a tip despite the fact of the mess.
Mrs. here, not there. You are okay. Your seat is clean. Here, don't look at it. Give me the tips, get it out.
Can't you just let me out? I have paid for this service.
No, you paid the okay, you paid whatever, that will go to that company. I need tips for myself, okay?
I've paid for the ride.
I need tips, that is the rule. Do you understand? You are not understanding what I'm saying.
I have understood that you want a tip.
Yes.
But tips are optional. You don't ask.
I know. Who says it's optional? It's a mandatory in this country. You don't know the rules. You people are really, it's a problem that you want taxi, you want a car ride, and you don't know the rule at all.
I have never ever paid for tips ever in my life.
I don't care.
I am here. I can see the building. People are waiting for me inside. Just let me out the car.
No.
This door will not open. I will break the window.
No way. I'll call the police. No way.
I will call the police because the fact that you're not letting me out.
No, because the rule is here. Police won't support you. Police will support me. Do you understand?
You are holding me hostage in this car.
No, I am not holding. I am saying politely, Madam, can you give me the tip? This is the rule of this country. Don't break the rule. Understand?
Yes, but you never explained that when I ordered the Uber.
No, I know it. You know it already. Okay, fine. I said last time, give the tips. Otherwise, just sit there and sleep. Okay?
Sleep there and slip and
No,
sleep.
because I need to be in this place. People are waiting for me inside.
People are waiting for me also. You know that I'll go somewhere else. I have to pick up somewhere, but I'm not doing also. I can't do that because of you. Why don't you understand?
Well, I'm pretty sure you're losing more money by waiting here asking for me to give you a tip.
I need tips. That's the rule. You need to pay. Then I'll allow you.
Okay, look, I need you to let me out of this car right now, okay?
No, I am not going to let out, bastard. Stop. Sit here. Pay the tips. Go.
No, you are not listening to me. I need you to let me out of this car now. No.
I don't know how it got resolved, but she never got out of the car.
Wow.
So the question is,
that went on a while.
How can you do that? And I know police cruisers, you can't get out of their car unless they let you out. But this isn't a police, it's an Uber in London. So what would you do?
Start kicking the door.
I think once I got, and there was plenty of evidence there, I would hang up or use my phone. I don't think you can record and phone at the same time, and call the police and say, I'm at this address. I'm being held captive by an Uber driver who demands a tip. Can someone please come?
Mm-hmm.
And then at that point, she's either going to lose that because you got video and audio evidence of the fact that you are, in fact, keeping her hostage.
Yes.
And you just can't on a tip. And everything is electronic now. And first of all, when I'm in an Uber, my tip is on when I get out because it's on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have cash.
That's right.
So I don't quite understand all of that.
And it is optional, as she said, not required.
Well, not according to this woman. It's not optional at all.
Just a gesture of appreciation for good service.
Well, that's right. And this woman apparently never does tip. And it certainly is harder when you're not paying cash anymore.
Well, and the woman who was writing made a comment about the atmosphere and the dirty car and things like that.
Your seat is clean. It's dirty up here. Okay. Anyway, I don't know. I think I would call the police, say I'm being actually held captive, and the chances are she'd let her out because she doesn't want to deal with that. Now, breaking the window, a whole nother level. But
True.
if you have a phone.
Got some property damage involved now.
Yeah, that's much more complicated than calling.
Then you're holding up everybody
Yeah,
if you need to get it on your way.
Never quite heard of, give me tips, I'll unlock door.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck is that? That's right. 217-359-2255. The adventures of getting a ride sometimes is complicated. I'm kind of all for the Tesla model. You drive your Tesla all day, go inside, have dinner, hang around. Tesla automatically leaves your driveway as a driverless taxi. And the business model is it pays for itself in 3 years.
I see.
And there's 8 cameras, so nobody's going to do anything, and they can't get in unless they're
If
registered.
you
and all that
don't
stuff.
use your car's being used as a taxi service.
Yeah, and then if they goof it up, you know who's in there because the person all electronic now.
For sure.
And 8 cameras.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. That's an amazing idea. I don't know, probably work at the U of I. And who wants to go to the U of I at midnight and start hauling drunk people around?
Been there, done that.
That's right. All right, so that's a woman.
One of my favorite instances right in front of Cam's that I let out my load of young adults and then the crew of fraternity kids that hopped in my van. And then I'm like, where are we going? And they're like, whatever, Tapamega Kega. And I'm like, okay, where is that? And I dropped them off, and I wasn't their ride.
I see. Gotcha.
I'm not an Uber. I'm just being a nice downy.
Okay. They didn't try and pay you, did they?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I think they thought that they paid the person because it's all electronically.
Maybe they paid the guy that didn't show up, or you got there faster.
And I was asking, where they were, and I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had a familiarity with this frat house back in the day when I used to pop around to those after parties, but whatever. It was interesting for sure.
I am out of the loop on all of that. I used to go to the bars in college, but just one. I don't think I ever did drink. I mean, I have been drunk in my life, but that was all with a 1 in front of my age. It wasn't a 2.
Yeah.
So anyway,
that's where you and I differ socially, for sure. And, you know, it was like a New Year's Eve night where it was very cold and the girls are dressed, you know, scantily clad ladies.
I don't see it.
And this gal just, you know, was falling down.
What is your intention?
And so I got out of my car. I had my side door open. I helped her. She said her name was Stephanie. I helped her in my van. I said, "Where do you want me to take you? I'm totally safe." And I was thinking to myself, this is very dangerous. Like, thank goodness I'm a good-hearted person.
Well, you're scantily clad.
Yes, for sure. With these flimsy heels.
And we're talking
mini skirt.
So drunk that you don't know.
I don't know if I unlocked that.
Yeah, go unlock that.
Okay.
So you're so drunk, and you don't know where you are.
But she only knew that her apartment complex was blue.
Okay, that's we're going to have to go down the list of that. Yeah.
I knew, though, it was first in Springfield.
Yeah.
So well, I dropped her off.
Moral of the story is don't get to where you don't remember anything. I've never understood binge drinking. I just don't. I mean, if you're that unhappy deep down to where you want to get so drunk that you couldn't testify if there was a crime against you. Right. It's just really, really a bad idea. All right, 7:51. It is February 2. We're going to honor law enforcement today. Stand by. 7:51. We'll get Greg's weather next. When you make the right decision, it feels good, like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision, too. That's why State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is right here in Champaign-Urbana to help you select the right protection at the right price. Kurt will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. Just call him when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Let your local Farmers Insurance agent Michael Rumsey put his experience to work for you. Michael Rumsey proudly serves Champaign County families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call Michael Rumsey at 217-363-3030 to get smarter about your insurance. Again, that's Michael Rumsey at 217-363-3030. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Jets Pizza and Stevie J Broadcasting want to send you to the next Fighting Illini home basketball game. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 and you could be on your way to State Farm Center. Stop by Jets Pizza at Neal and Green Street or Round Barn off Springfield and Mattis for their delicious Detroit-style pizza. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 to win tickets from Jets Pizza and Stevie J Broadcasting.
Our weather brought to you by Kurt Lenschow, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, Kurt and State Farm are there. Home, life, auto, whatever you're looking for. He can talk with you with a wonderful office as well with great people. Okay, our weather forecast is definitely better than a week ago. Here's Greg.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Well, the latest go-around of winter storminess over the eastern states. Mid-Atlantic region on southward. Boy, it is cold this morning. A foot and a half over a wide area of the Carolinas down in parts of northern Georgia. And heavy snows all the way to the Outer Banks. Meanwhile, mid and upper 20s this morning all the way down into the north end of Florida's citrus. Back this way, mostly cloudy. Not too bad for the day-to-day. Afternoon temperatures up around 30. Light southwesterly winds. Still a smidge, a little freezing drizzle in the air. And east towards the Indiana line here for the next couple of hours. Down tonight to a colder low of 17. Tomorrow partly sunny up to around 28 with a light northwest to north wind. Colder tomorrow night with some cloudiness. Lows near 10, partly sunny, and 23 the outlook on Wednesday. Maybe a little light snow and flurry activity late Thursday. Maybe a snow shower on Friday. Otherwise a quiet spell of weather ahead into the week and the weekend as well. 29 on Thursday, 33 on Friday. High temperatures over the weekend in the 20s. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm Delicious Greg Solier.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all.
right, 5 till. We are going to go to the news here in just moments and then back with our law enforcement official of the month.
Urbana in the spotlight this time around.
Yes, we appreciate them and stand by for that. Illinois beats Nebraska on the road. Another extraordinary. You know, the last time Illinois beat 2 top 10 teams on the road, the last time Illinois beat 2 top 10 teams on the road in 1 week, 9-day period.
I don't know. Flying Illini days?
How about never?
Oh, really?
Well, it'd be hard to play 2 top 10 teams in a week. That's unusual
You're
scheduling.
right.
But we've never done that. So, again, just enjoy this.
Yes, for sure.
Again, we were 19-2 with Io and Kofi in 2019. 19-2. We're 19-3 now. But it just, again, this just feels like there's more possibilities because of our size and length. I mean, Illinois never really had a big guy. Jack Smith, that was on the 04-05 team. He was tallest man in history. They always said that. And good, but he didn't start. But we had now 2 of them. And I think we've won. If we haven't won, maybe Connecticut beat us on the boards. I'm not sure. We beat them. Last night we beat them 40-27 on rebounding. We're getting double-digit offensive rebounds. When you get your own offensive rebounds, they got to guard for 18 more seconds. It's hard. And it's demoralizing.
Yeah.
But again, this is a really, really solid team. We thought there's a lot of pieces. Now everybody's kind of gotten in the role. And nobody in the world would have predicted Keaton Wagler would be what he is. Nobody.
Right.
I mean, this is an 18-year-old kid from Shawnee. Hey, looks like he's going to be a pretty good player. That's great. Mm-hmm. And this other guy, Brandon Lee, he's really pretty good too. And then Kylan Boswell, and I'll never forget it. I think it was in July. He's sitting with the media. He says, "Man, this new kid, he's really."
That's right.
He brought his head, and Keaton's, Kylan's very, non-excitable, and he was going, "Man, he's really good."
Yeah.
And then they got into that Florida game with the practice game that nobody could watch, and that's when Brad Underwood said, "That's when I knew he's holding his own." He said, freshmen come in here and don't make a basket all summer.
Right.
The speed is different. The physicality is different. Everything's different. And this kid was holding his own.
Not with Keaton Wagler.
Well, I'm telling you, it's. I would say we've had nobody in the history of Illinois, 1890, whenever we started playing, that has done this much up higher than what we expected. There's been nobody like that, certainly in the years I've watched since the 1960s.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty exciting. So again, the recommendation is to enjoy.
Yes.
And don't wring your hands anymore. We're past the wringing of the hands. The time now is just to simply enjoy the moment. And there are only going to be 5 more home games. I try and get there if you can get there because, again, it's enjoy.
The good life.
It's so fun when we win, and we're really a player this year. We're really in the discussion. Mm-hmm. So I would guess we'll be 7th this afternoon, but again, whatever. It's just next game is Northwestern, 8 o'clock. You can get free tickets, maybe, if you text in. A lot of you are texting in over this whole time.
217-359-2255. Try to win from Parlor and Jets.
Okay, we'll be right back. It is Monday, Groundhog Day. Groundhog saw the shadow. Supposed to be 6 more weeks. Diane mentioned they're only 30-some% accurate.
That's right.
No, I totally stay with Greg on this one.
PDR Automotive in Urbana is a locally owned repair shop, and they've now serviced over 250,000 vehicles in their near 50-year history. Now, that's more than 4 times the size of a sold-out Memorial Stadium. It's more than all Division I athletes in the country combined. That's more than the entire population of Champaign County. That's more than, well, you get the idea. When you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481. They are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR.
Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting want to send you to the next Fighting Illini home basketball game. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 and you could be on your way to State Farm Center. Stop by Parlor Donuts in the old farm shops on Kirby and Madison Champaign before the game to try their layered donuts, cold brews, blended treats, and more. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 to win tickets with Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting.
Jesse Woodlands.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Democrats get another seat in Congress. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, making the Republican House majority even slimmer, 218 to 214. Fox's Bill Malugin reports from the Capitol.
Texas Democratic Representative Christian Menifee just won a special election, and if Speaker Johnson swears him into Congress today, House Republicans' majority will be down to just one single vote. This, as Democrats are increasingly emboldened to fight DHS funding and ICE.
What is clear is that the Department of Homeland Security needs to be dramatically reformed.
That's Democratic Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries on ABC's This Week as Republicans work to end a partial government shutdown, maybe by tomorrow, providing funding through September. Except for Homeland Security, it only gets 2 weeks' worth in a compromise the Senate approved on Friday. A 5-year-old boy and his father controversially detained last month in the much protested Minnesota immigration enforcement. They've been returned home after a federal judge's order Saturday. And ICE came up last night at the Grammy Awards, where Fox's Michelle Polino reports Kendrick Lamar made history,
winning Best Rap Album for GNX and breaking Jay-Z's record for most Grammy wins by a rapper. He also took home Record of the Year with SZA for Luther. But the night's biggest winner was Bad Bunny, taking Album of the Year and Best Musica Urbana Album for DTMF.
I'm going to say Eyes Out.
Clip courtesy of CBS and Recording Academy. Bad Bunny wasn't the only artist to speak out against ICE. British artist Olivia Dean, who won Best New Artist, and Billie Eilish, honored for Song of the Year for Wildflower, also addressed the issue.
That's why President Trump posted on Truth Social afterward, the Grammys are the worst and was virtually unwatchable. It's Groundhog Day, and Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow in Pennsylvania, which means
6 more weeks of winter abound.
After a lot of snow and ice and frigid cold already, as they dig out from a big storm in the Carolinas over the weekend, and there are still tens of thousands of power outages in the South from the storm more than a week ago. America's listening to Fox News.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA, a condition that leads to retinal cell death and permanent vision loss. But with Izervay, you can slow it down. Izervay slows GA progression by targeting a key source of retinal cell death, which may help preserve your vision longer. Izervay, or Avastin Capted Pagel, is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
It's been almost a month since the U.S. operation in Venezuela that captured leader Nicolas Maduro, now jailed on terror and drug charges in New York. And President Trump's turning his attention toward Cuba, telling reporters at his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida.
Cuba's a failing nation. It has been for a long time, but now it doesn't have Venezuela to prop it up. So we're talking to the people from Cuba, the highest people in Cuba, to see what happens.
The president also reacted to Iran's supreme leader saying if the U.S. attacks his country again, like last year, taking out nuclear facilities, it could trigger a regional war.
We have the biggest, most powerful ships in the world over there, very close, a couple of days, and hopefully we'll make a deal. If we don't make a deal, then we'll find out whether or not he was right.
Now that Israel's recovered the last of the hostages Hamas took in the 2023 terror attack that triggered the war in Gaza, stopped by a ceasefire, a border crossing's back open.
The only crossing between Gaza and Egypt is open to limited traffic, a few dozen people allowed in and out at first, with no cargo allowed through. The Rafah crossing was seized and closed by the Israeli military 2 years ago as part of the offensive against Hamas militants in Gaza, except for a brief medical evacuation last year. Thousands of people in Gaza needing medical care have been waiting to get out. Thousands of others have been waiting to come back in and return home. The crossing is being supervised by European Union Border Patrol agents. There's a vetting process for people to use it. Chris Foster, Fox News.
NASA will do a fuel test today on the upcoming mission to the moon when 4 astronauts will do a fly around. And Wednesday, the House will hold a NASA hearing.
The moon and Mars will be the focus when the Committee on Science, Space, and Technology will take up the NASA Reauthorization Act of 2026. Chairman Brian Babin says the reauthorization reaffirms America's leadership in space by advancing human exploration. President Trump has made it a goal to land the first astronauts on Mars in the near future. On Capitol Hill, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed before the opening bell this hour. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Businesses across Champaign County adjusted their hours as protests against U.S. immigration and customs enforcement nationwide continued. Several local shops opened late or closed during lunch to allow employees to participate in walkouts and demonstrations. Local organizers say turnout in Champaign-Urbana has grown steadily as residents call for federal accountability. Fire crews from multiple departments responded to an apartment fire on North Melvin Street in Gibson City Saturday. They arrived to find moderate smoke inside a unit where a small blaze had already been knocked down by the sprinkler system. One occupant was assisted out for medical evaluation. Authorities continue to monitor community safety following last year's high-profile shooting of 2 officers in Gibson City, while Illinois State Police say there are no current indications the suspects in McLean County. The sheriff there urging residents to lock homes, vehicles, and outbuildings out of an abundance of caution. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
We're not big groundhog fans, so I'd rather go with a human on that one.
More accurate.
No, well, thank you for not right out of the block here. Open. It did not. Wait a minute. It did see its shadow, at least in Pennsylvania, because they are in the actually they're below zero this morning out there in Puxatawny. So
PETA wants them to get a hologram to take care of the.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So I mean,
just put them back in the hole and we'll be happy.
It's definitely mean to pull out somebody in zero. I mean, it's cold, man.
That happens to you and I and Diane every morning.
Hey, we put pants on. There's a difference. Anyway, we are thrilled of what I think is a warming trend. I see a 30 on the board here.
Yes, you do.
So
that if you see that on your phone, yes, absolutely. So
I mean, that's what can I say? It's February 2, short month, 26 days left, and then March Madness. So come on,
and the sun is up before 7 and down a little after 5 now.
Come on, let's go.
There we go.
This is huge.
Get your rally caps on.
Let's go, man. Baseball's a month and a half away, baby.
That's true. Pitchers and catchers reporting soon.
That's right. About 10 days or so, exactly.
My son-in-law signed a deal with the Milwaukee Brewers.
He's up the road from me. So,
there.
Yes.
Well, he's gonna be starting the minors and hopefully work his way back to the majors where he was last year. And we're happy he's playing baseball. He's a free agent and signed with the Milwaukee Brewers. A heck of a baseball team.
Jacob Hurtubise.
Great club, great manager, great park, great city. Yeah.
Oh, happy about that.
So fun.
All right, our weather meteorologist Greg Solye. What we got this week?
Well, more moderate brand of colds. Temps generally on a few days close to seasonal norms if you've kind of lost track of what that may be here for at least Feb 2nd, 34 on the high side and about 17 at night. By the end part of the month, by the 28, 42, and 25 high and low respectively. So if we can kind of, sublimate, melt whatever with snowpack and snow cover we have, all the while better. But it will be a process. No shortage of weather systems, but none of these are of any significant scale. Boy, cleanup, recovery, dig out, still trying to get the power grid going or get it going again over the southeastern states. A foot of snow on the outer banks and westward from there. And they are down into the mid and upper 20s this morning south of Orlando, south of I-4 into the north end of Florida Citrus. I'm sure those sprinklers and smudge pots are going full tilt down there. Back around here, not bad. Had a little overnight skiff of some light snow and flurry activity, even a little freezing mist in the air, but that's kind of shuffling off to the east of the Indiana line. And we've got 24-degree readings now at Williams Savoy, 25 at Rantoul, same at Danville, 31 at St. Louis. Expectations of a high of about 30 for the day today. Southwest winds 6 to 12 miles per. Cloudiness 4 to 9. Might eke out a couple of snowflakes or flurries to the north and east of Champaign, that is, later on tonight, first thing tomorrow morning. Low down to 17 tomorrow. Clouds, maybe a flurry to start, then a partly sunny afternoon, the high around 28. 23 and a bit of a colder Wednesday. No sign of these Arctic air masses for now, bodily coming southward, but a cool off on Wednesday, recovering back up to near 30 on Thursday and 33 on Friday. Again, a couple of snow showers and flurries, no big deal on the accumulation side, and high temperatures a little bit colder for the weekend. Saturday high of 23, 27 on Sunday, but then back up to around freezing for highs into Monday and Tuesday of next week. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm just Greg Solye.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much. ESPN 93.5. I'm glad you're listening. We love doing this on first or second of the month because we honor law enforcement. We have for a long time, over 10 years, we have spotlighted law enforcement because how critical they are to our life. and we appreciate them and we want them to know. It's Officer Chad Burnett from the Urbana Police Department. 17 years on the force in a variety of roles, including patrol officer, now resource officer at Urbana High School. He's had a quiet presence on the street, Chad, is what they're saying about you when you were doing that very scary work, I think, of patrol, particularly when you walk up to those stupid tinted windows. I've never been. How do you deal with that when you come up to tinted?
I think the main thing with tinted windows is just make sure you can see, or have them roll the window down.
What if you can't see?
You ask them to roll the window down.
What if they don't roll the window down?
Typically, people are going to comply.
Okay,
and they'll
good.
Do that for you.
Because that's not what I see on the internet. I see everybody arguing. So how has it been? 17 years is quite a while, I think.
Sure.
So you've seen it when there's been respect, and you've seen it when there hasn't been. What is an officer supposed to do with that? How do you tell the younger ones that you just got to hang in there?
I think my best advice to the young officers is just be yourself, be able to communicate with people, talk to people, treat people how you want to be treated, and you're going to get that respect back eventually. I mean, you earn that respect over time, just doing things the right way. Chad
Burnett is a force at school. You're at the high school at Urbana. What is that like, and what is it about it that you like about the job?
The school resource officer job is great. You just build relationships on a daily basis with students, staff, parents. You're always striving to see that growth in the students. It's a challenge sometimes to see that, but I've been there. I've been fortunate enough to be there for 6 years now, and I've seen a lot of strides being made within the district and within the building itself. I'd actually like to shout out our administration and our deans. They do a great job of being proactive and staying ahead of any issues we may have, and they work extremely hard.
So you've been there long enough to see the phones come and maybe go now. Is it a little more restriction now on your phone in your hand?
A little bit. At the middle school level, they do it a little different than the high school level.
Okay.
They actually secure their phones when the students come in at the middle school level. We're not as tight with that at the high school level, but we're trying to cut down the cell phone
So why
usage.
are some kids truly taught that you're going to hurt them? Because there's some kids that learned is kind of what they're saying. Be careful of this guy. Be afraid and all these. You don't want them to do that.
No, I don't want any student or child to feel like they're threatened by a police officer. That should never be the case. I mean, I'm not sure why that's taught or if that's a learned behavior or what, but we strive to try to break that trend.
Why did you want to do this work?
Being the school resource officer?
No, just in general, officer.
Just being able to help people. Just
99% of you guys say that. Every week and every month we say, you guys are just trying to help people and not their best day.
Right.
But yet they don't hear that. They're going, you're a dirty cop. I mean, what the heck?
Yeah, no. I think every officer has a servant heart, and they're there for others, and we just want to give our best in those situations.
What's an officer? What makes you nervous as an officer?
I think trends, nationwide trends, and media, and they portray us in a light that we all don't deserve,
and it hurts.
Right.
You guys hear that? You just can't do much about it.
Right.
I mean, it's been years now. When I saw those kids in New York City dumping buckets of water on the police, I dang near went to New York City. I mean, it's just so ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
Well, hopefully we don't see those behaviors.
No.
Here,
We hope it gets better in Champaign-Urbana and just continue to improve. But we put you on the radio, people hear your voice going, man, this guy sounds like you're from Villa Grove, for crying out loud.
Yeah, originally I'm from Villa Grove.
Officer Chad Burnett, Urbana Police Department, they say humble, kind, fair, patient, trustworthy, and treats everyone he's in contact with equally, whether it's a coworker or someone he encounters doing his job. Yeah. Pretty cool.
That's the way I want to be known.
Okay,
so.
Can we announce that you've just signed for 30 more years on the force?
Yes!
I don't think that's announcement's been made yet.
How about your family, Chad?
My family, we're from St. Joe. I have three children, one son-in-law. They're grown. They're all working now and out of school, and everybody's doing well.
Everybody's been supportive of this career?
Oh yeah, yep. They've been great. Yeah, my wife, she's been excellent. She pretty much raised the kids while I was working night shift and sleeping during the day, and she was awesome. So
what was the night shift? What hours?
7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Dang, 12 hours?
12-hour shifts.
Wow. Yeah. And then you get home and you sleep for
half the day and go back and do it again.
Wow. How many years you do that?
I stayed on nights for 9 years, I believe.
The reason I wouldn't want to do nights is it's so dark, Chad.
It made it easier for our schedules and the kids.
Okay, so you patrolled Urbana.
Yes.
All around Urbana.
What about today's mental health, Chad?
Yep, that's a big issue, but I think most departments are making huge strides in the mental health area. We have a CCRT team, crisis response team that handles a lot of calls. We do a good job of making sure that's a priority, looking after someone's mental health and making sure that their concerns are met.
Mm-hmm. Just a good common sense law enforcement official, man. We're really proud of you and excited. You're going to be featured on 4 radio stations because of your 17-year service. You've been in here before.
Yeah, I've been in here once before.
So you're kind of
with Michelle, another resource officer for Urbana.
Yep.
You're kind of a star, Chad. We appreciate maybe when you are done policing, you can invent your own radio show or something.
I'm not sure I'm fit for that.
Well, listen, appreciate you. Appreciate the Urbana Police Department. Appreciate Chad Burnett, our law enforcement official. Congratulations on the honor. Congratulations on Employee of the Month, too.
Thank you.
I don't know what you do with your trophies. They're all over the place, man.
Not many of them, believe me.
No, we appreciate your work and helping people and being there when they're not having their best day.
All right. Well, thanks for having me on.
Thanks for being out. Chad Burnett's his name. He's our law enforcement honoree, and he's from the Urbana Police Department. We appreciate Urbana. We appreciate all law enforcement. And we're very thankful he was able to come into the studio today.
Absolutely.
All right, 8:17, ESPN 93.5. We'll check your Fox Business here in just a moment. If you're planning for retirement, it seems very overwhelming. Social Security may not provide enough income for your retirement years, and few employees today offer a traditional company pension plan that guarantees you a specific income at retirement. Thankfully, with many tools and resources to choose from, retirement planning is easier than ever. Get started with these tips from Busey Wealth Management. Don't just discuss retirement income as a percentage of your current income. Instead, estimate your annual retirement expenses. You can calculate if there's a gap, figure out how much you'll need and save, build your retirement fund. Professionals like the team at Busey Wealth Management can assist you in selecting investments that are appropriate for your goals, risk tolerance, and time horizon. Busey Wealth Management skilled professionals can help you understand your retirement income needs, investment options and savings tools, setting you up for reach and maintain long-term financial goals. Call 800-67-BUSEY or visit Busey.com. Wealth Management to set up your appointment today. 800-67-BUSEY. Investment products and services are not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee. All right, ESPN 93.5. We'll check Greg's weather one more time, get some Fox Business your way.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise, but Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change your car, driver, or address.
Your Erie agent in Champaign is Thomas & Ellers Insurance.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
I haven't talked much about the Super Bowl. It's not top of mind for me with all the controversy about Bad Bunny. Mm-hmm. I'll be interested in the commercials, probably gaze at the game a little, but yeah.
Coming up on Sunday.
Coming up Sunday. All right, 8:19. Here's Greg.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather. Free Central Illinois, Champaign, Urbana vicinity. Welcome to this new month of February. And this first full week looks to be a fairly quiet and eventful one. Cleanup and recovery from the powerhouse winter storm and blizzard from southern New England down to the Carolinas, the Outer Banks on southward. And boy, the cold air is entrenched all the way down into parts of south central Florida this morning with readings right around the freezing mark. Back this way, up around 30 this afternoon. Not bad for our time of the year. Mostly cloudy skies. Still a little smidge of some freezing mist mist and drizzle, even a few snow grains around for the next hour or so. Light southwest wind down to 17 for tonight. Partly sunny for the day tomorrow, midday and afternoon in particular. Highs around 28 with a light northwest to north wind. Down to a bit of a colder low tomorrow night at 10 above, and a partly sunny, somewhat colder Wednesday at 23. A little light snow and flurry activity in here for late Thursday into Friday. No big deal at 29 for the high on Thursday. A Friday high of 33. And over the weekend, a bit colder with daytime readings at 23 on Saturday, 27 on Sunday, back into the lower 30s early next week. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
I'm Charles Payne, and this is the Fox Business Report.
The House of the Mouse could name a new leader this week. Reports are Bob Iger's replacement as Disney CEO could soon be named. Disney reporting strong earnings this morning, especially in streaming and theme parks. Data center giant Oracle announcing plans to raise up to $50 billion to develop additional capacity for customers. But an analyst warning Oracle is also considering laying off thousands of employees in order to free up cash flow. Ahead of the opening bell on the street, futures are mixed. Investors are waiting for Friday's pivotal January jobs report. And win or lose on Sunday in the Super Bowl against the Patriots, the Seahawks are expected to be put up for sale. Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen's estate owns the team right now. They are expected to fetch a record price. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Frank Lanza, invested in you.
Kudlow on Fox Business is now on the go for podcast fans. Download the Kudlow Show podcast every weekday at foxbusinesspodcasts.com. Kudlow covers the latest headlines and business trends with an emphasis on the financial impact facing households and businesses across the country. Listen to interviews with key business newsmakers. The Kudlow podcast will be available on the go after the show every weekday at foxbusinesspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
No, that's awesome, Tim. It sounds really good. Yale for X Trucking. If you have some trucking experience and you want to join a team that treats you like family, you got them right here.
Yeah, we've got a spot left, and I've taken a page from Brad Underwood's book there, too. The last couple of days, I've been communicating with a guy in the Philippines that's an American on active duty in the military, and he's got trucking experience. He's looking for a job when he comes home, so I'm opening that up. We love our veterans, and we've got a lot of veteran drivers, and we're looking to bring him on February 5th when he gets home.
Well, usually you send staff to go recruit him. I'll go to Manila. I'll go talk to him. Just got to pay my flight. Yeah, I'll be back in a month.
Stevie, I can't send you away that long. and actually, this guy from the Philippines found us through his dad in Hillsdale, Indiana, that heard us talking on the show. Dedicated Diesels at 1313 Triumph Drive in Urbana. They can get us on the phone at 217-328-0562.
All right, ESPN 93.5. It is February 2nd, Groundhog Day 2026. There's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
I am Stevie J. Here's Maria Vasquez, ace Republican in Champaign County. Maria, how are you?
Good morning. Happy Groundhog Day.
Happy Groundhog Day. Temperatures balmy, may hit 30, so we're kind of excited about that.
Absolutely.
All right, Hotel Royer, Saturday. What do you guys got going on here, Maria?
So the Republican Women of Champaign County, we're having our first annual brunch, which I'm hoping we are going to start doing that every single year. People are getting really excited about it. And we're going to have gubernatorial candidates, Darren Bailey, Ted Dabrowski, and Rick Heidner are going to be our keynote speaker. So they'll be there to answer any questions and to get people motivated to come out and vote, especially early voting that starts this Thursday.
Yeah, it's important people vote. I know 15% generally do this thing in the primary, but boy, I think we have a lot of Republicans in Champaign County. I wish they'd all vote.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
If we could get all of the Republicans that came out to vote on the presidential election, if we can get all of those Republicans to come out and vote on this midterm, guess what? We would have a Republican governor.
What about Cook County?
Oh, well, Cook County, well, no, I'm sorry. If we have all of the Republicans that came out to vote in Illinois for the presidential election,
then you think
we
that
would
Darren,
have a Republican governor.
one of these people could win?
One of these candidates could win.
Okay.
So it's not impossible.
So-
we just need to get all of our Republicans out to vote.
Why do you think they don't?
You know, I think that sometimes Republicans don't want to take advantage of this early voting. They want to, vote on Election Day, and we got to take advantage of this early vote. I get so frustrated with a lot of my Republican friends that will text me on Election Day to ask me what time the polls are open till, and then they don't get there in time. So then they say, next election.
And why do you think there's discouragement? There are people, we'll never, Champaign County, we've lost it. I mean, we can get it back, right?
We can definitely get it back. The Republican women have been working so hard to recruit volunteers. We're doing training sessions every single month via Zoom to train people, to call people, remind voters to come out and vote, to help on campaigns, all of it.
Why is Maria Vasquez so passionate about this?
Because I'm really mad. If you think back to what Pritzker did to us in COVID, I think that a lot of people would be more passionate to come out and vote. If you remember, do you know how many businesses closed just in Champaign County during COVID because of Pritzker's mandate? 35 businesses, small businesses in Champaign County closed during COVID while Pritzker was vacationing in Florida in an open state with his family.
Apparently Trump got more actual votes in losing Illinois in 24 than JB got in winning governor in 22. Interesting.
Correct.
Yeah, we're getting texts in 359-2255. Maria, what do we do? Does the organization get the vote out? How can we participate in the brunch coming up Saturday, February 7th at the Old Jumers at the Royer Hotel in downtown Urbana?
Tickets are on sale right now, and I will tell you, anyone that purchases a ticket today, I will officially give them a VIP ticket for the price of a regular ticket.
We get to meet people? What's VIP mean?
VIP will start at 9 o'clock in the morning, and that's going to give you a chance for a one-on-one meeting with the governor candidates and some other state candidates that will be there that are slowly messaging me that they're going to come because they're so excited about this brunch.
Excellent. And how do I reach the ticket place? What's the website?
The website, you can go into champaign.gop is our website, and then you would have to click on the Republican Women of Champaign County tab, go down to the event, and then that will take you straight to the event page, and you can click to get your ticket.
Well,
you can also search on Eventbrite and just search under Republican Women of Champaign County, and it will bring up all of the events that we have in there.
I really enjoyed the COVID period where Governor Pritzker was taking questions from the media and somebody dared ask him about his wife taking the private plane down to Florida to their horse compound. And his response was, "That's despicable." It is? Why would you quarantine me and not you? I don't get it. Maria, we really appreciate your energy, your enthusiasm, and keep fighting. We appreciate your activism. We need it.
That's right.
Yeah, and we need a lot of people to come out, not only to the brunch, but definitely help the Republican women get the vote out.
Keep up your good work, Maria. Nice talking with you.
Nicely done.
Thank you. Good morning, guys. Have a good day.
You as well. Maria Vasquez.
Of course, the primary is March 17th, and they need more judges and things like that, too. So now is the time to step up and take action.
Definitely need your help. As they say, elections have consequences, and I think we've all experienced that.
There's a friend of mine, Reese Hogan, yours too, that's going to be involved in this event in Arthur coming up on Friday the 6th also.
Reese is part of,
the Turning Point USA
and
on campus.
Republican Party on campus. So, yeah, she's terrific. 8:29.
At Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people with amazing service, great design advice, and unbeatable selection and the best prices in town. It's the perfect time to update your home with waterproof flooring, carpet, hardwood, tile, and more. Then complete your rooms by shopping our incredible selection of furniture and accessories. We also offer great financing options. Carpet Weaver's Flooring and Furniture Gallery. We're flooring people.
Jesse with Lands Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions. Hey, do you have sewer blockages, problems? Are your toilets gurgling? Why deal with the headache? Call Lands Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions today. We can come out and clean your line, camera it, show you what the problem is, and then we have an expert underground team that can make those repairs. 217-355-5512. We are here for you when you need us. Lands Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions. Why call anyone else?
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley.
It's Punxsutawney
The Groundhog's Day crowd roared again in shock when Phil declared 6 more weeks of winter abound. Staten Island Chuck agreed, but Woodstock Willie in Illinois predicting an early spring. The Carolinas and Southeast under a blanket of weekend nor'easter snowfall. 120,000 power outages persist from Mississippi and Nashville to Florida. The government on ice. Today, the House votes on the Senate bill to reopen the government with Democrats' efforts for an ICE code of conduct. House Speaker Mike Johnson tells Fox.
We want body cameras on immigration and customs enforcement agents. In fact, in the bill that the Democrats are currently rejecting, we put $20 million into that legislation to allow for that.
Johnson is confident he'll get the vote to reopen the government. Question is when. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Fire crews from multiple departments responded to an apartment fire on North Melvin Street in Gibson City Saturday. They arrived to find moderate smoke inside a unit where a small blaze had already been knocked down by the sprinkler system. One occupant was assisted out for medical evaluation. Authorities continue to monitor community safety following last year's high-profile shooting of 2 officers in Gibson City, while Illinois State Police say there are no current indications the suspects in McLean County. The sheriff there urging residents to lock homes, vehicles, and outbuildings out of an abundance of caution. Businesses across Champaign County adjusted their hours as protests against U.S. immigration and customs enforcement nationwide continued. Several local shops opened late or closed during lunch to allow employees to participate in walkouts and demonstrations. Local organizers say turnout in Champaign-Urbana has grown steadily as residents call for federal accountability. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Welcome to this new month of February, and this first full week looks to be a fairly quiet and eventful one. Cleanup and recovery from the powerhouse winter storm and blizzard from southern New England down to the Carolinas, the Outer Banks on southward, and boy, the cold air has entrenched all the way down into parts of south central Florida this morning with readings right around the freezing mark. Back this way, up around 30 this afternoon. Not bad for our time of the year. Mostly cloudy skies, still a little smidge of some freezing mist and drizzle, even a few snow grains around for the next hour or so. Light southwest wind down to 17 for tonight. Partly sunny for the day tomorrow, midday and afternoon in particular. Highs around 28 with a light northwest to north wind. Down to a bit of a colder low tomorrow night at 10 above, and a partly sunny, somewhat colder Wednesday at 23. Little light snow and flurry activity in here for late Thursday into Friday. No big deal at 29 for the high on Thursday. A Friday high of 33. And over the weekend, a bit colder with daytime readings at 23 on Saturday, 27 on Sunday, back into the lower 30s early next week. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
All right, it is Monday, February 2nd. I'm Stevie J. There's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
ESPN 93.5. Glad you're listening for our final segment before we hear what the boys say. Curtis Allen, Evan Stone this afternoon after 3. Illinois' incredible win over Nebraska.
Yeah, 78-69.
These 4 games, Purdue, Nebraska, at Michigan State, home Michigan. Those are 4 you'd probably have said 2-2 will work.
Mm-hmm.
Now we want 4-0.
That's right. And Wednesday the 4th is when we get it going. It's our Wear Orange game against Northwestern, 8 o'clock tip-off on the 4th.
Yep. So we're looking at the tail end of the season. We're past halfway.
Yep.
I think there's 9 Big Ten games left. Brad Underwood, after the game last night, what about our 2 7-footers and our tall lineup.
It gives us some opportunities to really space it, but it also gives us the opportunity to play above people and over the top. And we were really big. I think one time we had David out there and playing the point with maybe Ben at the 2, Merck and those two. So you throw a bunch of 6'9" to 7'2" guys out there. It gives us a chance to do that. But Merck gives us that luxury because of his ball handling and his passing. But Merck threw a heck of a pass to him over the top of Burke for the one lob. But and then defensively we get protecting the rim pretty good with both those guys in there.
I'll say we really do. Keaton Wagler, 5 points at halftime, 28 for the game, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. Wow. What about winning on the road? What's that do for you guys?
Yeah, it just gives us a lot of confidence, being able to come on the road and just know that, we can win these games. Just staying poised, staying together, just keep on getting better each day.
Well, the play of the game was the volleyball play by Tomislav Isevic. Unbelievable. Changed the game.
I know it says we just turned the calendar to February today, but this has March written all over it.
It really does. These are two really, really good teams.
Ball movement to Ivisic. Back it goes Mirkovic, 5 to shoot. Mirkovic looking baseline. Batted out to Davis. Oh, what an assist! Tomislav Ivisic!
I have to describe this because it was a really good play-by-play call, but you couldn't understand exactly what happened on it was a TV broadcast. So the ball's being passed around like we do such a good job doing, and then we're getting down to it. It's like 5 seconds left, so we got like 2 or 3 more passes, and we're down to like 2. And Tomislav could not see the corner. He said after the game he's supposed to be there. And he kind of did a volleyball tap, a no-look, caught by Jake Davis, who was in the corner because that's where he was supposed to be, and Jake supposed to be there. He's there. He caught the ball, made the shot with half a second left, and nothing but net. Yes. And it changed the game. It was 53-52 Illinois at the moment. Then it was 56-52. We made a stop. Mirkovic got a basket. We're up 6. Game changed.
Yep.
Just like that, and you could hear their expression. I mean, wow, what a tap. What an assist.
What a win. In particular, the second half. What were you seeing defensively from your group? You talked about wanting to take away, you got to take away the 3 or the 2, pick your poison. You guys did a pretty good job making it tough in the paint. What did you like on that end of the floor?
Yeah, that's been a big part of our success is trying not to give up layups. They're so dynamic in terms of their cutting. They do a great job slipping screens. I thought we did a nice job, other than about a minute and a half stretch at the end of the first half, of making things hard. I thought we were connected. I think we made things a little more difficult for Price than he had in the first game against us. But, it was just a connected group today.
Keaton Wagler, again, has a great game. Got off to a little bit of a slow start, 2 for 9 from the floor, but, boy, in the second half, he settled in.
Yeah, his percentage would be really good if we'd quit throwing him the ball at the end of the shot clock and he has to jack him from half court. But they did a great job. They're very good defensively, but I thought the second half we settled in. I thought we got some nice movement. We found some matchups we liked, and he just made plays.
I think 45-30 was the score in the second half. We outscored them by 15, out-rebounded them by 13. So we beat Nebraska on the road, man. They were undefeated this year at home. Really hard to do that. So now we got Northwestern, 8 o'clock Wednesday here in Champaign. Then we travel to East Lansing on Friday to play them Saturday night at 7. And then it's Jake Davis wig night. All the students will be given the Jake Davis hair. I think that'll look fantastic.
Absolutely.
And that'll be Wisconsin in town, and they've been sneaky good. They're 8-3. So they've done very, very well. And then, with 2 home games in a row, so we'll play Tuesday, Feb 10 at 7, and then noon national TV Sunday, February 15 against those Hoosiers from Indiana.
Yes.
And then it's a tough West Coast swing, man. USC and UCLA in 3 days, both of them. And then we get a little time off. After the UCLA game on February 21st, we're off till the 27th, a Friday night when we'll take on Michigan.
Oh, boy.
So it's very possible. I mean, you could lose one of these, I suppose. You could lose some. They could too. But if you come in both tied at that point, that'll be some kind of a tension. And then we host Oregon, who's pretty bad, 1-10. the Big Ten, Oregon. They've had a very good program.
I see.
And then we go to Maryland, which has pounded us over the years. But Purdue beat them by 30 out there. So
yes, that's
hopefully,
right. And
anyway,
Iowa beat Oregon recently.
last night.
84-50. Okay.
Yeah, that was last night. I watched a little of it, and I said, nah, Oregon can't beat Iowa.
Right.
No. So anyway, so we have some really tough games. They're all sneaky tough because somebody can drain a bunch of threes and hang with you. But this is a very good basketball team. We should enjoy the final games of the regular season. Then it'll be Big Ten tournament time. Then it'll be NCAA tournament time. And just keep doing what you're doing. I love just thinking one game at a time. That's the way you ought to do it. Okay, so we switch gears, 8:40. We switch gears to woman at gas pump.
Okay.
Really, really, really mad.
This liberal woman thinks she's getting ripped off at the pumps.
I used to be able to get at least $80 to $90 of gas in my truck when Biden was in office. Now that Trump's in office, I can only get $57.54 in my tank. Like, what the f*** is going on? Like, what is he doing?
Does that make sense?
This liberal woman thinks she's getting ripped off at the pumps.
I used to be able to get at least $80 to $90 of gas in my truck when Biden was in office. Now that Trump's in office, I can only get $57.54 in my tank. Like, what the f*** is going on? Like, what is he doing?
Ma'am, I would suggest you look at how many gallons you're buying, and you're going to find out that you're paying less.
I mean, that must be a joke.
I don't know. She sounded pretty. Who knows? But that they vote.
$30 less.
You're mad because you can't get enough gas in there. You're not
Right.
looking at the gallons, which would be the same. You're not spending as much.
Wow.
She votes. Ouch. And then on a presumed college campus somewhere, these children also are old enough to vote.
Are you pro women's rights?
Of course.
Being pro women's rights, who do you think is more for women's rights? The Trump administration or the Iranian regime?
I don't know. Don't really know anything about the Iranian regime, but I'm against Trump, so I guess I'll go Iranian regime if it's between the two.
What rights do we not have here as women?
Well, I'm sorry, I don't want to be in this anymore.
If you had to pick.
If I had to pick, like, gun to my head, shoot me, like, I don't.
Iran?
Yeah.
Iran is in the Middle East.
That's well, probably not the Trump.
Bruh.
Okay, if I had to pick, probably Iranian militarization. Like, Trump is just evil in so many ways, yeah.
Okay, so you think the Iranian regime is more pro women's rights?
Educated women on college campus.
Right.
It's just a trip to the mall.
Right.
You could always find random people that know nothing.
Oh, it was interesting this weekend with the Comic-Con. The comic books and things like that.
I didn't see it.
Costume characters and things like
They
that.
dress up.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
it
that's
was
right.
fun.
Okay. Okay.
Aiden got some comic books.
One more. Bill Maher, strong liberal, but I don't know. They might kick him out. He makes too much sense too many times.
And walking in, some reporter asked me why I wasn't wearing a lapel pin for the first Minneapolis shooting a couple of weeks ago, and I said, well, it was a terrible thing that happened, and it shouldn't have happened, and if they didn't act like such thugs, it wouldn't have had to happen, but I don't need to wear a pin about it. Now, please understand, I had no idea this question was coming, and so tonight, I'd like to say that if I had the chance to think about it, my answer would be exactly the same. According to the internet, what I did with my comments at the Globes was laugh, scoff, mock, take a dig at, and refuse to join Golden Globes activism. Golden Globes activism? Oh, you mean the activism of fixing a fucking pin to my suit? I'm sorry, it clashed with my kafia. I hope I didn't spoil the perfect record of pins and ribbons solving all the world's problems.
Yeah. Bill Maher, again, making a whole lot of sense, but I'll give him credit, the fact that he might be a liberal, but he knows what no common sense is.
Right.
Okay, so the Grammys were last night. You didn't recognize any songs? Well, you watched some of it?
I watched.
I
And,
saw it was coming up, and I made sure I didn't watch because I
Okay.
wouldn't know any songs.
Right.
And they're too political.
And we have a country station, US 1059. Jelly Roll did win. Reba was involved when it comes to singing and
Nobody got up there and said, I
tribute.
support ICE.
No.
Because they would not have a record
I mean,
deal anymore,
and I
I
guess
guess.
you kind of play to the crowd, and you want the crowd to, cheer you.
Or if you have to compromise any principles you might have, you wouldn't go. If you were against that,
right.
you wouldn't get up and pretend you're for it.
Right.
It doesn't mean anybody went up there and pretended they were against ICE, but some did, including Bad Bunny, who's now the featured artist at the Super Bowl.
That's right.
He's anti-ICE. And again, they're cheering about how can you support a country who's on stolen land and things, like that. And so you're talking about.
At the end of Bad Bunny's statement, though, he said, the only thing that can conquer hate is love.
Okay.
So.
Show some.
Right.
And you're going anti-ICE. Okay, so if ICE is coming to a neighborhood, 99% of the work is criminals that have been convicted and have an order to deport. 99% that's the ones they're getting. Are they getting others that are with others that are illegally here, that don't have a criminal record? Yes, probably. Should they have body cams? Sure, I'm for body cams for that. That's fine. I think it vindicates the police work. Should they show their face? Heck no. You can't show your face. They can dox you and put you all over the internet, and you go get them, and you got mentally ill people that will, and get your family.
Yeah.
So that you've ruined that. But for Pete's sakes, these ICE people are arresting pedophiles and rapists and murderers and stuff. And why would you protect that? You just have to talk to a far leftist and say, do you protect a criminal that is illegally here? The answer is yes, and you know what you got. If it's, deflecting, you know what you got. It's a no, not a criminal. And there are people that don't want ICE at all. You leave them here. You're bad. Trump's evil. Nazi, Gestapo.
Mm-hmm.
It's all they got.
Mm-hmm.
And we've heard it so many times, nothing original. So it absolutely is ridiculous, and I've never liked it. The Academy Awards I always used to like, pre-political. As Michael Jordan famously said, and we said it many times, Republicans and Democrats buy shoes. So you never heard Michael making political statements, but they just feel, sadly, I think, they feel so compelled that everybody wants to know what you think. No, we don't.
Right.
They don't particularly care what you think, and you're going to turn off half the country at least.
Mm-hmm.
In any event, 847, you're welcome to chime in, 217-359-2255, the Fisher National Bank text line.
New year, new you. But what about that mountain of junk? Start fresh with 2 men in a junk truck. We'll swoop in like clutter superheroes, furniture, boxes, appliances, you name it, gone. No stress, no heavy lifting, just more room to breathe. Garage disaster? Back bedroom chaos? We've seen it all, and we'll haul it all. So kick off the year with space that feels brand new. Book today at 2meninajuncktruck.com. 2 Men in a Junk Truck. Junk removal made simple and way less awkward than asking your brother-in-law for help.
There's a new way to stay connected with the Urbana Park District. Just send a text. Got a question or a comment? Text us and we'll reply within 1 business day. And now you can follow your interest. Sign up for text alerts about programs, events, and weather updates. Choose as many interests as you'd like. It's quick and easy. Just visit urbanaparks.org and tap Text Us or Follow Your Interest. Urbana Park District. You belong here.
Sarah Champagne managing partner Ben Quattrone.
We're always looking for people. You can go online and apply on our website. We never know what we're going to need. We're always expanding. We're always building more and growing our business. If we don't need a person and they come along and we find out that they're an eagle, they're a star, we'll hire them. We'll put them somewhere and wait for the spot we're going to have them working.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com.
Hey, where are you headed?
To Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola.
What do they have there?
What don't they have there? Living room furniture, benches, chests, love seats, sectionals, tables, bedroom sets, hutches, nightstands, end tables, cabinets, mirrors, stools, clocks, lamps, pillows, rugs, desks, media consoles, patio furniture, Tempur-Pedic mattresses, and more.
So, everything.
Yeah, probably could have just said that.
Kelsey Furniture, quality for less.
I need to speak with someone in charge, a manager. Who's the manager?
Yes, ma'am. This is Paul Reekin from Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. How can we help out?
Picture this, Paul from Dick Van Dyke, if that's your real name.
I'm also not wearing khakis, but go ahead.
I get home from work and I need a cold drink with ice. And instead of feeling that cool, refreshing air, I get warm air and a whiff of rotten meat.
That's gross.
So here's what I need, Paul from Dick Van Dyke. I need a new refrigerator.
We have hundreds in stock.
Don't get fresh with me, mister.
Excuse me?
I need it delivered tomorrow.
We have next day delivery guaranteed Monday through Saturday.
I want it at this price.
We guarantee the best deal.
I want an extended protection plan.
I'll give you one for free.
Now, don't get smart with me, young man.
No joke. It's free, and I'm 49.
Well, wow.
That's what we say, but why did you ask for a manager?
How else would I get this deal?
You don't need the manager. We do this for everyone, every day at Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. And just like Dad says, wow.
When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Looking for the perfect pair of boots? Come on down to Pard's Western Shop in Urbana. With an amazing selection that fits every style, Pard's has the perfect pair waiting for you the next time you're hitting the rodeo or stepping out in style. They've got great deals and sale prices on men's cowboy boots, girls' cowgirl boots, and kids' boots. And their friendly staff will make sure you leave with the boots you love. Pard's Western Shop, serving its customers with high-quality merchandise since 1968. Go see them today at 306 North Maple Street in Urbana.
We check your weather. Here's our meteorologist, Greg Solier.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Well, the latest go-around of winter storminess over the eastern states, mid-Atlantic region on southward. Boy, it is cold this morning, a foot and a half over a wide area of the Carolinas down in parts of northern Georgia, and heavy snows all the way to the Outer Banks. Meanwhile, mid and upper 20s this morning, all the way down to the north end of Florida's citrus. Back this way, mostly cloudy. Not too bad for the day-to-day. Afternoon temperatures up around 30. Light southwesterly wind, still a smidge, a little freezing drizzle in the air, and east towards the Indiana line here for the next couple of hours. Down tonight to a colder low of 17. Tomorrow partly sunny up to around 28 with a light northwest to north wind. Colder tomorrow night with some cloudiness, lows near 10, partly sunny, and 23 the outlook on Wednesday. Maybe a little light snow and flurry activity late Thursday, maybe a snow shower on Friday. Otherwise a quiet spell of weather ahead into the week and the weekend as well. 29 on Thursday, 33 on Friday. High temperatures over the weekend in the 20s. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
I don't think 60% is anti-ice. That's not. We've got a texter come in. We appreciate it.
Right.
But don't believe that. I think they are much smaller in number. It makes it feel bigger. But if you look at all the polling, 87% of the polling says definitely deport illegal criminals. 87% is the number. And the videos we're seeing are misrepresenting what they're dealing with, and just to stand in the way of law enforcement, armed people that are doing legal work. If you disagree with the law, you can get that change in Springfield if it's Illinois, but you don't stop and block them and threaten them and throw things at them. It's wrong. You don't do that. Who taught you to do that? Because it's wrong. Well, they're legal, and you can defund it and do all the things you want legislatively if you want. But if 87% of the country is for deporting illegal criminals, why wouldn't you follow what Trump won on? Close the border, because we had, and apparently, and I got to confirm all this because I'm not 100% sure, just the census alone gets you more electoral college votes. You don't have to be legal, and we count everybody. I don't know why we count if they're not a citizen. They shouldn't be counted.
That's right.
I mean, it's just stunning. We've spent over $1 billion in Illinois of our tax dollars supporting people that are here illegally. And if you're in Chicago, it's a sanctuary city, so you're going to be there. It doesn't make sense, does it? Why does that make any sense? And it's not a buffet. You don't say, I'm going to have the chicken, but not that and not this. You can't pick and choose your law. Again, how? How was that right? We've agreed to a set of standards. We've agreed to a set of rules. Change a rule based on legislation and what you have to do the dirty work to get in there and campaign and work for people that are going to vote the way you want them to. But you don't just go, no, I don't do that because you're a racist and you stole the country. Okay. And I also had another clip I didn't get to today about targeting mentally ill people because you can convince them and they'll go do some of the things you see on video.
Oh boy.
And if you target them more susceptible, I mean, these are dastardly thoughts and acts.
Yes.
Terrible. Take advantage of somebody that isn't quite mentally stable. But we're struggling with a lot of this stuff. And for the demands of the Democrats to have to demask no, you do not. Not with what you've done to them. You've made their families targets and them targets. Why in the world? They've got a job. It is a legal job to go get people that aren't supposed to be here out of the country. That's the law. You can disagree with it, but they're not doing what they're not supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And are there mistakes? Of course. You're talking about trying to find 10, 20 million people. You're going to grab the wrong person. But it's a very small number. That, again, is polling. 99%.
Hear the show anytime. StevieJay.com.
Gotta go. Thank you, Diane.
Enjoy the day.
All right, it's Diane Ducey. I'm Stevie J. Have a great Monday.
The great loud venues in college basketball.
Don't miss your chance to cheer on Fighting Illini basketball this season.
Back, this place an absolute powder.
It is. Talk about tough buildings, right?
We need all of Illini Nation to help us defend State Farm Center.
Boswell left hand and one.
Great seat locations are still available for you to see Illinois basketball live this season. Get your tickets today at fightingillini.com.
Have you tried the Jets Pizza Thin Crust Pizza? Get a large, thin crust, 2-topping pizza cut into squares, and you have a quick appetizer for that next party, or just a spontaneous get-together with friends. Add a side of Jets homemade ranch to add a little zing. No mess and fuss in the kitchen. Jets Pizza, 2-topping, large, thin crust cut into squares for just $14.99. It's not just pizza, it's Jets Pizza.
Hi, this is Ross Craig with Philo Exchange Bank. Do you need a loan? When it comes to personal or commercial lending, experience matters. Philo Exchange Bank is a different kind of bank with over 135 years of combined lending experience. Let us be your trusted partner. Unlike many other banks, our lending decisions are made quickly and efficiently within the walls of the bank.
Philo Exchange Bank, hometown community banking since 1883. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames. Because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster. Which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting want to send you to the next Fighting Illini home basketball game. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 and you could be on your way to State Farm Center. Stop by Parlor Donuts in the Old Farm Shops on Kirby and Madison Champaign before the game to try their layered donuts, cold brews, blended treats, and more. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 to win tickets with Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
This is Rob Meyer with Provident Financial Group. Unfortunately, there is not a one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is that we can help improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or online at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Provident Financial Group is not a registered broker-dealer and is independent of Raymond James Financial Services. Investment advisory services offered through Raymond James Financial Service Advisors, Inc.
This is WSJK, Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana.
Actually, I called the provider. It was just going to be a while before I could have service, and I couldn't wait, so I was recommended to Classic. Professionalism, their dependability, credibility, and the service technicians, I wouldn't ever call anybody else.
I truly believe that after people have experienced other companies and then given us a try, they can clearly see the difference.
Visit ClassicPlum.com.
Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting want to send you to the next Fighting Illini home basketball game. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 and you could be on your way to State Farm Center. Stop by Parlor Donuts in the Old Farm Shops on Kirby and Madison Champaign before the game to try their layered donuts, cold brews, blended treats, and more. Text Illini to 217-359-2255 to win tickets with Parlor Donuts and Stevie J Broadcasting.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture,